Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, Garcelle opens up about Erika's comments to her son at her birthday party.
The thing is, you forget. We shot so much. You don't know what they're using, what they're not using, but that definitely was a tough one for me.
Lisa Milan breaks down her feud with Caroline Stanbury with us.
She's exactly the bitch that they said she was. Yeah.
And Kim Richards reveals if she would return to Beverly Hills, while Erika Jayne is sued for $750,000 by Nicolas Cage's ex. And Tamra Judge is returning to the OC and slams Jill Zarin for sharing the news early.
Because it's confirmed by her. It happened yesterday.
We've got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. All right, Christina Garibaldi here, and welcome to Getting Real with the Housewives. I'm so excited to be joined once again by Jamin Jamin, social media director and talent agent to some of your favorite housewives. Jamin, I am so excited to have you back and break down all the latest Housewives news.
What a week that we have.
What a week.
Can Bravo fans ever catch a break and go on vacation? I feel like Bravo fans are the busiest people in the world.
They really are. I know I went on vacation last week, and then as soon as I went on vacation, Jen Shah pled guilty. I'm like, oh my God, so much going on.
On phones all the time, checking Twitter and the Us Weekly, all that.
All that. Well, let's get into some of the biggest news of the week, and we have to kick it off with this Tamra Judge news. She finally announced on Watch What Happens Live that she is returning to the OC. She made it official, but she was not happy that Jill Zarin told followers that she was returning before she was able to make the news. Take a look.
Because it's confirmed by her. It happened yesterday. And Tamra is coming back. And, my friend Vicky's not happy.
Yeah, so as we see, Tamra responded in the clip saying, go F yourself, Jill Zarin, you thirsty bitch. She also shared a video saying, hey guys, I have a big announcement. Jill is the thirstiest bitch I've ever met. Jill was hosting her luxury luncheon at the Hamptons, which I know that you were at, right?
What in a small world? So I live in New York City, and my best friend Alexander Hankin is very good friends with the Jill Zarin family, and they host this luncheon every year. So I knew that it was happening. I went, and it's a busy luncheon. Mm-hmm. Whenever you think about. Imagine there are 100 Jill Zarins at that luncheon. Everyone is kind of like a Jill Zarin vibration kind of person there, and she is a walking QVC. Every small businesses in the Hamptons were there. She plugged every business. The Food God was there. Julia Hart from My Unorthodox Life was there, and Caroline Brooks from Housewives of Dubai was there. So it was a mix of very unexpected people.
Yeah.
And kudos to Jill Zarin for putting this great luncheon together for charities of her late husband Bobby. But I bet she was so busy that on the day of the event, she kind of just let the news broke out.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad that this overshadowed her event because this was all about Bobby. And she did take to Instagram a few hours later saying, I just have to straighten something out. This morning I was on my way to the event, and I use the expression often breaking news, but it doesn't mean that there's anything breaking that wasn't broken to me. She said that she read online that Vicky was not coming back and Tamra was. And I said that. I just repeated what I had read. I don't have any inside information. Nobody talks to me at Bravo. I know absolutely nothing. I just repeated the news that was already printed.
That's really bad. And you know what? I do feel for Jill Zarin because that was a crazy event to put together. She put in a lot of work, time, and efforts into it. So, she has that. But at the same time, she kind of broke, she was raining on on Tamra's parade, right?
Yeah.
And
what do you
imagine if Adele goes to J-Lo's wedding and Adele broke the news? Guess what? J-Lo is getting married with Ben, and J-Lo would be like, Adele, what the?
Right. What just happened? I mean, how do you feel about Tamra returning? Are you excited about it?
I am so happy. I think Tamra deserves all the oranges in the world. Mm-hmm. And I think she's about to stir things up again in the OC.
Do you think that this is going to cause a strain on her friendship with Vicky because Vicky 100%. Is not coming back? And we already kind of see it already. She was on Watch What Happens Live with Vicky. They didn't make the announcement then. She returned the next night when Vicky wasn't there. You kind of have to read between the lines there.
Yeah, that's a great line to read between.
Yeah.
You think about that. And I feel like, I think if they had announced Tamra's return on the night of OC, Vicky would have been sour face all the way, the sour orange all the way through.
Yeah.
So you know what? I feel like it has become this dynamic between Tamra and Vicki, both of them. Well, Tamra, when it comes to the technicality, Tamra is not an OG in the OC. She joined us too. But Tamra has branded herself and has made her mark in the Housewives history. A lot of people say Housewives changed a lot after Tamra Judge joined to really stir the pot and get the groups going. So, and without her, the OC wasn't gluing.
Yeah.
People thought that Heather Dubrow was able to bring the OC ladies together, but Heather Dubrow provided the glamour, her humor, but when it comes to shit stirring, you gotta give it to Tamra Judge. She's very good at stirring the pot.
Yeah, I mean, I am kind of surprised that Vicki isn't coming back, though. I mean, I'm wondering why. I'm wondering maybe they're going to give her another season to see how this kind of this group works together. But Tamra and
Vicki burned many bridges.
Yeah, that could be it too. Maybe a lot of women are like,
bravo.
Yeah, maybe a lot of women are like, I don't want to film with her. Who knows? As we know that the drama between Vicki and Tamra Vicki and Teddy has been going on for quite some time after Vicki and Tamra did an interview together for Entertainment Tonight, and she made some choice words about their podcast that they make that they do together. Well, Teddy wrote back, says, be sure to tune into season 2 of Ultimate Girls Trip tomorrow, starring my friend Tamra Judge. I can only hope Vicki got paid in gas cards because her love tank seems like it's stuck on empty lately. Hope this post doesn't have her calling my iHeartRadio boss to try to take my job again. Drama. And you know what? I feel like to some extent, this actually as I told you, I am not team Teddy Milliken. I am not team Vicki Gunvalson. I am team mess. I kind of like this. It makes Vicki, Vicki is the OG and she will come for all the new girls. If you are a new girl in New Jersey, if you are a new girl in Orange County, she will come for you, especially when you are hosting a podcast with her allegedly BFF, Tamra Judge. She will come for you. And I feel like some of Vicki's reads are very interesting. Definitely.
Yeah. But can I give you an insider tea? When Vicki had Caroline Brooks at Joe Zarin's luncheon in the Hamptons, she was very nice.
Yeah.
I saw their interaction. I feel like Vicki, it might be that Dubai is too far away. So Vicki cannot really whip her magic over there. But when I saw Vicki and Caroline Brooks interacting, there's a sense of passing the baton, right? She started the show, Orange County, it goes to New York, New Jersey, Potomac, and it goes to Dubai. Yeah. If I was Vicki Gunvalson, I must have felt some sort of pride in this.
No, definitely. You're so right. All right, let's head on over to Beverly Hills because Kim Richards recently revealed to Us Weekly that Andy Cohen has left the door open for her to return. She explained that he actually called her last summer asking if she would want to return to Beverly Hills. She said, I didn't say no. I said, I don't know. I said, I don't think it's the time for me. He said, okay, when you come off your island, he said, then I'll help you. We can set guidelines. And I said, okay, then we can talk about that right now. And then Kyle and Kathy started, and then I was like, wow, it gives me anxiety just hearing about them arguing and being in that situation. As for her relationship with Kyle, she said that they are great but don't see each other very often. She and Kathy, on the other hand, are on really good terms. I don't know. I mean, I think having Kyle, Kathy, and Kim all on one show, I mean, sign me up.
That sounds like music. Heaven. Kathy Hilton, Kim Richards, Kyle Richards. It doesn't get better than that. We have to make it happen. Come on, guys.
Yeah. I mean,
would you like to see that happen?
Yes, I'm sure everybody in the comments would love to see this. I mean, that could be like it's just its own spin-off.
What do you think that dynamic will be like, though? Do you think they will get along? Do you think Kathy will kind of like, stir the pot?
I don't know. Well, I mean, Kathy said to us at this event, she was also at this event, that she and Kim have never had a fight. They've never argued. They get along really well. So I don't know. Maybe Kim.
I never had a fight. It's too much. I mean, they are sisters.
They are sisters. I'm sure back in the day they probably had a fight, but it seems like they're on really good terms. And it seems like Kim has worked so hard to get herself back into a place where she feels comfortable and healthy, and maybe just kind of diving back into this show would kind of really like mess with her a little bit.
Wow, yeah, and I feel like it's 2022. People are entering a different era, and people are rewatching the show. I would say back in the day, a lot of people did think Kim Richards was not the most put together person, but now people are appreciating her authenticity and realness.
No, so true. All right. Well, let's talk about Erika Jayne, because another week, another lawsuit. Christina Fulton, who is actually the ex-girlfriend of Nicolas Cage, sued Erika and several former Girardi and Keese attorneys for alleged fraud and theft. Fulton filed paperwork on July 15th, alleging that Erika's estranged husband, Tom Girardi, and two of his former colleagues misappropriated her settlement funds to support their personal lifestyles. Sounds familiar. It seems like a broken record. She retained that Tom and his firm to represent her in a personal injury dispute when she was hurt in a January 2016 car accident. She was awarded over $900,000, but she alleged that she didn't know where her money went until now. She said that the court that Fulton discovered earlier this month that the settlement award had been dissipated and her former legal representation had lied to her. She alleges that a portion of her settlement funds has been diverted to Erika through her EJ Global organization, and she is seeking $750,000 in damages. Like we said, I just feel like every single week that there's another lawsuit brought against Erika.
There is another lawsuit. And by the way, which ex-wife of Nicolas Cage is it?
I think it's an ex-girlfriend, but they do share a child together. So it was a serious girlfriend.
There you go. Wow, that's insane. But at the same time, I want to tell people that I have contributed to the EJ Global LLC. I bought her book. Can you imagine? It's actually a Christmas gift. And when I feel like this adds more mess to the pretty mess.
Yes, it definitely does. It 100% does.
I feel like there should be a competition of Jen Shah and Erika Jayne to see which one is messier. Because Jen Shah pleaded guilty, but Erika Jayne seems like it doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop, but Jen Shah may be spending a very significant amount of time in jail. So
can I just throw this into the universe, a little bit wishful thinking? Maybe Nicolas Cage's ex-girlfriend wants to come on Beverly Hills Housewives.
Maybe, because I mean,
like another just hop back into OC, the Nicole James, Heather Dubrow situation. Oh, I've sued you before.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, that'd be the first scene. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? So good. All right. Well, let's get into our real talk this week. And like we said, Erika Jayne found herself in some hot water with Garcelle recently. Yet again, this past episode, which we'll get into. But we caught up with Garcelle to see how she and her son feel about the situation right now after Erika told her son to F off. Take a look.
Not even related to the show, but when anyone brings anything up about your kids, does that just like cross the line for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's really tough. And I hadn't had to deal with that on the show until now. But yeah, that's definitely crossing the line for sure. No doubt.
Do you like regret letting your kids be on the show or like being part of some of those scenes?
No, because, one of the reasons why I signed on to the show is because it's not about the kids, it's about the women. And of course, if you're going to be in my home, you're going to see my kids. But I'm the type of mom that if I'm celebrating my birthday, my kids are with me. That's a no-brainer.
Right.
And I've never had to have a situation that occurred. So if I'm celebrating my birthday, my children are with me, and I don't think anything crazy is going to happen.
And basically going forward, are you going to like still let them film with you? Like, I'm sure like
they will film with me. I don't know about anybody else, but they'll film with me for sure.
Okay. Now watching back, what has kind of been the hardest part this season?
My birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
That was the hardest thing. It's one thing to hear what someone said. It's another thing to actually see the scene. And it hurt and it was vicious.
Mm-hmm. So how it played out, was it like different than what you were thinking?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. I see. And what about like, is that also the most challenging part of this season, that scene?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you forget we shot so much. You don't know what they're using, what they're not using, but that definitely was a tough one for me.
Mm-hmm. Now I know, like there were obviously a lot of surprises this season. Who surprised you the most in a good way, and who surprised you the least?
I'm not going to do the least, but who surprised me the most? I would have to say Sutton. I mean, she's really stood up for herself and has been strong and has been, a force.
Seems like, Garcelle always taking the high road and everything. She was not happy about this, but like we said, we're going to get into Beverly Hills a little bit more and, what Erika had to say this week in regards to Crystal's eating disorder, some really shocking things that she had to say. But before we get to that, we also spoke up with Lisa Milan from Real Housewives of Dubai this week, and she gave us all the details on her feud with Caroline Stanbury. Take a look. I know that you and Caroline Stanbury have obviously had a rocky start this season. You said you liked her despite everything that you heard about her. So what were some of those things that you heard about her prior to meeting her?
Well, I've heard a lot of things. I know on the show I said Nina was one of the key people to warn me against her. No, she did not use the words ratchet, but she definitely said she was trashy along with other things. And, she's a mom. I'm a mom, and some of the things I just choose not to repeat because why put it out in the universe if it's possibly not even true? Mm-hmm. So I'll spare her for now.
Did your opinion of her change throughout the course of the season as you got to know her a little bit more?
Absolutely not. She's exactly the bitch that they said she was. Yeah.
I appreciate your honesty. When she made that comment to you and Sergio, did you think that she was joking? Because, obviously, when you all sat down for a lunch, she said, this was my humor. Did you find any humor in that, or did you find it completely offensive from the beginning?
To be honest, I feel had it come from someone like Chyna, I would feel like there was humor in it. But because it came from her, and listen, I know sometimes when you're drinking, things happen. I'll give her a pass this time because she was heavily intoxicated. So I will just leave it at that. She said she's sorry, so I'm going to just appreciate and take it that she really was sorry for that comment.
What do you make of her and Sergio as a couple? Do you think that this marriage is going to last? What are kind of your thoughts on their relationship?
So I love love, and I love being in love. And to be honest, when I'm around them, they seem very happy together. So I genuinely hope, and I wish her the best. I hope it does last.
Do you think that she treated Sergio fairly around the wedding?
I would not have treated my husband that way at all. But everybody's relationship is different. What works for you may not work for me. And so I would not have done that, but it works for them. They're still together and they seem happy. So who am I to judge?
Right. It's interesting because she kind of jokes around a lot about, this being her second marriage and this might not be Sergio's last marriage. Do you find those jokes funny, or do you think that she's somewhat maybe insecure about her relationship a little bit?
I think she's just an insecure person in general. But I don't know. I'm the kind of person the tongue is so powerful. I'm Jamaican. So we believe that you be careful of the words that you say because you don't want that to happen. And I know she doesn't mean it. And I know she loves Sergio. And I'm sure she wants the wedding to last and the marriage to last, so my advice to her would be, speak what you want to happen rather than speak about the things that you don't really want to happen.
Mm-hmm. So yes, she is not a fan of Caroline at all.
Wow. I mean, I think we definitely have to keep the feud going because if there's no feud between Lisa Milan and Caroline Stanbury, what are we watching, right?
What are we watching?
And by the way, dare I say that Caroline Stanbury has one of the most beautiful weddings in the Housewives history.
Oh my God. So yes, let's get into it. Let's recap Dubai. Let's look at it, because we see Caroline's engagement party in this beautiful desert. It's literally out of like a fairy tale. It's unbelievable.
It's a fairy tale in Dubai, Dubai mirages. And I just have to say, it's one of the most gorgeous weddings I've ever watched on TV. But it is in Dubai, and it's very hot in New York City right now. So I made sure when I was watching that wedding, I turned my AC all the way up because I could feel the second degree hot coming over through the screen. I was like, can you imagine going to that wedding?
You could feel the heat. You totally could. And the girls were bringing the heat and the drama too, because we have Brooks versus Sarah and Nina. And, I understand where Brooks is coming from. And, nobody wants to be told how to parent their child. I think she had every right to be upset. I mean, it's going on a little bit longer than maybe it needs to, but I understand Caroline's side in all this.
So you are a mother too, right?
Yes, I am.
Has anyone ever criticized the way of your parenting?
No, and except my own mom, but
that's acceptable.
Right. But no, even when that happens, you get offended because you're doing your best, and she's trying her best, trying to provide the life that she wants for her child. And
she's a single mom, and she when she said that, I could really feel for her because she kind of like build an empire herself. We didn't get to see that. It was before Dubai Housewives. Right. But can you imagine working every single day? She does real estate too, Caroline Brooks, and put this lifestyle up for her son. And then someone comes in and say, you need to be closer with your son.
Yeah.
I would flip out too.
I
saw Tamra judge on Watch What Happens Live. Tamra is on Caroline Brooks' side as well.
Yeah, it makes total sense. It really does. Well, we'll see. This is like a to be continued. So this is going to keep going on into next week's episode. But let's go to Beverly Hills. We got an appearance from Jamie Lee Curtis, which I absolutely loved. So great. But and then like we said, Erika is just getting messier and messier every single episode. I mean, what did you make of this laxative comment that she made to Crystal, saying that she couldn't eat the chicken nuggets?
I think it was okay. So I watched that scene twice.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it was Kathy's grand return. So I'm a huge Kathy Hilton fan. I just want to make sure that, I feel Kathy's presence.
Mm-hmm.
And can I just say something? Kathy threw a premiere party of her episode coming back. Did she?
Yes, that's where we talked to Kim.
On 11th episode in. She threw a premiere party.
I hope she served baked potatoes and caviar.
It's insane. But jumping back on Erika Jayne, right after Crystal was talking to Garcelle about her eating disorder, and Erika Jayne was just kind of like pushing it onto Crystal's face. Are you triggered? Are you triggered? You don't say that to someone who just posted on Instagram saying she has an eating disorder, and Erika Jayne was saying, nonstop, are you triggered? Are you triggered? Look, my friend's cat just died. All right. I kind of make sure that when I was talking to him, I don't meow in front of his face. I don't rub it in. Like I don't say, hey, do you want to get a new cat? Do you think that cat is cute? You don't rub it in on people's face when it comes to something that's so close to their heart, especially eating disorder. Mm-hmm. And after that, the whole chicken tender thing, just, you want to have, you can chicken tender, you can't have that. What is going on, Erika Jayne? I feel like Erika Jayne watched an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm and decided she should take on this parody comedy Larry David persona.
Mm-hmm.
No, leave that to Larry David. Okay, it doesn't work for you.
It's not working. And, a lot of people are saying that Diana Jenkins is not working for them this season. Did your opinion change of her at all after she and Sutton kind of buried the hatchet a little bit?
Wow. I do have an announcement. I need to take my comment back because I think 2 weeks ago I said Diana Jenkins is the #1 villain in Beverly Hills. I feel like with the word villain, you have to have charisma. I would say Lisa Rinna is a good villain because apart from being a little bit, pot stirring, a little bit diabolical, you have to have a lot of charisma. I would say Giselle from Potomac is a great villain. Candace Dillard is a great villain. Lisa Rinna and all that. Diana Jenkins, she kind of just doesn't, is maybe it's her first season. Maybe it's her what blood thinner.
Maybe.
Right? I don't know. Is Diana Jenkins working for you?
She's not. I mean, even, we talked about this, I think, a few weeks ago when we said, like, she's clearly going through a lot. She just had suffered a miscarriage. So she's probably not in a good headspace. Maybe shouldn't have done the show. I don't know. It just seems like she has a lot going on and she's just mean. She was just mean and like just not being receptive to Sutton's apology and trying to relate to her. She's just not a very nice person. I don't get it. I mean, maybe that's what she...
It's very nice to Sharita.
Yes, very nice to the people that she wants to be. Yes, it's like if you cross her, then you're done. So I don't know. Maybe that's what she wanted to go. She had like an agenda going into this, and this is a way to get some screen time.
Played her.
What's that?
Maybe the producers played her. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Well, hopefully we'll find out. But yeah, and like you said, Kathy finally makes her appearance. We have this amazing baked potato and caviar lunch. So happy that she is here. And hopefully, everybody's been talking about this Aspen trip that's coming up. So hopefully that's in the next couple episodes because I can't wait.
And wow, can you imagine? I feel like that happened 2 centuries ago.
Yes, forever ago. Literally forever ago.
Allegedly, a lot of things went down.
Yes, a lot goes down. And then
Serena accused Kathy Hilton to have like a gay assistant thing, right?
Yes. Oh my God, that literally seems like forever ago. And then we have Atlanta and Marlo versus Kenya. This has been going on for years, but it seems to like really be hitting a boiling point between the two of them. Are you loving Atlanta this season?
I am loving Atlanta. I work with Drew Sidora as well. And so it's so funny. Candy's daughter, Riley, lives in New York City now. And we hang out. Like we go out to parties. I feel like when it comes to Marlo and Kenya, it's another one of those iconic feud in the history. We have to just keep it going. Yes. Nene and Kim, Giselle and Karen Huger. Giselle is in Thailand right now, by the way.
Yes.
Ultimate Girls Trip. Luann and Ramona, Dorinda and Ramona. We have to keep it going. And it's good to see them go back and forth. They throw words around like volleyball. I'm very entertained whenever Marlo and Kenya fight.
Oh, 100%. And you mentioned Ultimate Girls Trip. So in our social spotlight this week, we have to highlight the first photo of the Ultimate Girls Trip season 3. They are in Thailand. We have Heather, Whitney, Giselle, Alexia, Leah, Portia, Mary, so many people headed to Thailand for Ultimate Girls Trip season 3. And Candace, yes, I'm sorry.
Drive back.
And Candace. So it is going to be... I
saw 2 elephants in the background.
Yes. That is so true. It looks like it's going to be a great time. But and Ultimate Girls Trip season 2 is wrapping up. And Brandy tweeted that she hopes that Andy does a reunion for this. And I am totally on board on that.
I'm going to church today and pray hard for this.
Totally. I'm loving this.
Ultimate Girls Trip season 2?
What's that?
Would you like to see a reunion for Ultimate Girls Trip season 2?
Yes, bring it. I mean, I'm sure everybody in the comments would agree too. Please bring that. It has been such a great...
what Tamra will say to Joe Zarin at that reunion.
We need it. We also need a season 2 of that cast on an Ultimate Girls Trip. We definitely need these ladies together. That is the ultimate cast.
But Christina, how would you call it? A season 2 of Ultimate Girls Trip season 2? That's
right, yeah. It's very confusing.
That's iconic by itself already. A season 2 of Ultimate Girls Trip season 2. Bring it on.
Mind blown. Well, Jamin, thank you so much for joining me as always and running down all things. Where can people get more info about you and follow you? Tell everybody where to follow you.
Find me on Instagram at JaminJamin. You can see all the Housewives tea. You can see some real estate, porn. I work with Ryan Serhin, that guy over there. And maybe we'll see some Dubai real estate because I talk to Caroline Brooks all the time. And I just made a hot dog video with Dorinda. You can see me and Dorinda eating hot dogs in New York City. Happy National Hot Dog Day.
I love it. Jamin, thank you so much. And everybody keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Hi, everyone. I'm Christina Garibaldi, the host of Us Weekly Celebrity Coverage. Don't forget to hit subscribe for the latest celebrity news, tips, and video. And for much more content, make sure you head on over to usmagazine.com, the official home of Us Weekly Magazine.